It's a Monday, so we get the debrief from Shane Steichen as to what happened yesterday between the Colts and the Steelers, and we get not much of an injury update. We just understand who's injured and what body part was injured. We get that from him with Taylor. We get it with Richardson as to kind of what they're going to look at later in the week to see if either is going to be available to go against the Jaguars. The thing that's most interesting to me about Steichen on these Mondays is you can't tell, legitimately cannot tell, and I look for a difference in the behavior from a loss to a win. Colts have won 2 in a row. There is no difference in behavior whatsoever with Steichen. Here's Shane.
All right, just going back through the game, again, kind of what I said the other day, but our guys played hard, found a way to finish at the end. Some guys that really stood out. E.J. Speed had a hell of a game, 12 tackles. He was all over the field flying around. I thought Pitt and Downs had a hell of a game. Offensive line played good. Obviously got 4 sacks by the defense, but overall, good performance. We got to carry it on this week.
First question from Nate.
And Shane, just curious if you had updates on either Anthony Richardson or Jonathan Taylor, just on their health.
I don't right now. We'll see how the week progresses.
Okay, so you don't have a sense yet if they'll be able to practice on Wednesday?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see.
Right.
Yeah.
Jake.
Hey Shane, so with Jonathan, is it the same ankle he had issues with in 22 and 23?
Yeah, he has an ankle sprain right now.
Okay. With that, is there any consideration for like the short-term IR or anything like that?
Not as of now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chap.
Wasn't quite ready. Coach, good seeing you again. When you've got, you never like to see your quarterback go down, but when you've got a guy like Flacco who, I guess he's as ready, he said he's as ready as you can be, but is there some comfort in knowing that you're in a veteran's hands when it comes to that?
Yeah, anytime you have a backup that's played at a high level for a long time, obviously when he goes in, you have confidence in his abilities to go out and operate, and that's what he did yesterday. So it was good to see.
James.
Yeah, we just got done talking to Matt. I know we talked about this yesterday, but where's your confidence level in him in long distance kicks? And I guess what assuming you are confident in him, why is that the case?
Yeah, I mean, Matt's our kicker. He's been doing it for a long time. Obviously, he missed the kick yesterday, and he knows he's got to make those going forward, but he is our kicker.
Joel.
Shane, is Anthony dealing with a hip pointer? Is that
He's dealing with the
accurate?
hip. He's dealing with the hip, yep.
Kevin.
Shane, are you still awaiting MRI stuff with Anthony?
Yeah, we'll see what all comes back. Yep.
And then what will tell you he is ready to go?
Just going off the doctors and how he's feeling through the week, and we'll go from there.
Stephen.
Hey Shane, maybe I should ignore this, but there's always a contrarian view of things, and there are people who might say Anthony's injury prone. I don't, but they are out there. What do you say to that argument, if anything? I guess
I don't know. There's always those things out there, injury prone, guys get hurt. I mean, it's football. Guys go out and play, and injuries happen sometimes. You don't want them to happen, and obviously it happened, and obviously it wasn't a huge injury, and so we'll see how the week progresses and go from there.
James.
Shane, I know you said during training camp, like you're not going to stop Steph Curry from shooting threes, but you look at Anthony's short time in the NFL, the majority of times he's been hurt has been on run plays. Is there any, I guess, thoughts of using him as a runner, not using him? Like, I guess, how do you approach it going forward?
Yeah, like we always talk about, there is a balance there in running the quarterback, but it does add the element to our offense, that he can make big-time plays with his feet, so we don't want to lose that. So we got to go into games, obviously being smart, and when the opportunity's there, obviously he knows he can run, and obviously even if it's a drop-back pass and he scrambles, he's going to take off and run too as well. So we'll keep working through those things as we go through this.
Does he need to slide more?
There's a time and a place for that. We've talked about that. So yeah, we'll keep looking at those things, keep deep diving on all those things, and we'll go from there.
And we'll have our last question from Chap.
Yeah, Shane, outside the box, have you ever been involved in a series where for whatever reason, a team just has your number. I mean, it's 9 straight on the road with Jacksonville. I realize you only had your hand in one of them, but have you ever been involved in a series where one team, for whatever reason, just has you?
Not that I can think of in my past. So we're going to approach this week like we approach any week. We got to be 1-0 this week, and that's our goal, is to go down and win a football game.
I forgot. I forgot to ask this earlier, but Shane, why do you think there's been maybe a disconnect between AD and just Stroud's chemistry with either Anthony or Joe Flacco?
Yeah, I don't have a great answer for that, but I do know this, is that AD is winning, his routes, and we keep repping those things in practice, and it's going to start clicking for him for sure, because he's doing a hell of a job right now, and it's, at some point it's going to click. So,
Okay, last one from Joel.
Hey, Shane, Taekwon Lewis do you have any update on Taekwon after tomorrow with the elbow?
No, just the elbow. That's all I got for you right now.
That's Shane Steichen. So now you know exactly what you knew before he started talking about the injuries of the Indianapolis Colts. We know that Jonathan Taylor's got an ankle and Anthony Richardson's got a hip, and they're going to look at both guys throughout the week at practice. They're going to look at the MRI for Richardson and try to figure out whether these guys can go on Sunday against the Jaguars, who are terrible through 4 games. And there's some internal chaos with the Jaguars that has to be good for the Colts as they look to get their first win over the Jaguars. 9 straight losses in Jacksonville. Colts, they've got at Jags, at Titans, against the Dolphins here, and at the Texans. You got to win 3 of those games. You win 3 of those games, what would you be? 5-3. And you're looking really, really good, because the final 5 games of the season are all against lesser teams. That is a really good thing. So you put together 5-3, and bad opponents. I hate to say that, because in the NFL, any given Sunday, right? But these are bad teams generally. And if you can put together 5-3, and then you have the last 5 all winnable, you got a shot at something, no matter what happens in the intervening 3 or 4 weeks. So this is a big month. October is going to be big for the Indianapolis Colts. Steichen knows it. Colts know it. We'll see what happens.